Hello, Dan. Hello, Nikki. This is the WDF, the World Dog Fighting Dog Wrestling Federation. Can you see them? There, that's better. Oh! This is what it's like in my household all the time, right here. So,
except when he's in his kennel.
Dan, I told you I would make you a video, so I'm going to. First thing, though, I wanted to comment on, I was looking at this little pig. This little pig, which, of course, Nikki, you've never commented on the fact that it was named after you. But there was a minor error in there. Let's see if you can actually see it. I'll change this to up close. Can you see that? Oh! Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in. You see it right there? Ah! Right under his tail? Yes. It's a, oh, there you go. Now you can see it. I don't think it's a... I don't think it's a prolapsed uterus. I think that might be a scrotum. So I guess this would be Nicholas Pig. So, let's see what to talk about. Oh, let's talk about soccer first. So, yes, you're going to have to fast forward through all this, Nikki. Too bad. Did we cover everything when we talked yesterday? I guess we did. So, I guess you're safe. No soccer talk. Oh, I did have a couple things though real quick. Is when did they start spray painting the line, the little arc for the players to stand behind 10 yards from the ball? Now the interesting thing is that arc is going the wrong direction. The concavity of the arc should be facing the ball, not facing away from the ball. Otherwise, when you stand in the middle of the arc, you're 10 yards away, but when you stand on the edges of the arc, you're actually 11 yards away. Has anybody ever thought about that? So anyway, I had never seen that until just this year watching MLS. So, I mean, it's kind of a good idea. At least then there's no argument about whether I was or was not, closer than 10 yards to the free kick. Now the problem with that is just like the problem with corner kicks and them wrestling people in the penalty box, is that they only stand behind the line until the person starts running up the ball, and then they all run in front of it anyway, so they never call those back. So, anyway, what else was I going to talk about? Oh, I have a book called Soccer Tactics that I've had since the late 70s that I found on my shelf the other day. I want to show it to you when you get here. Not you, Nikki. Well, I'd show it to you too if you actually came for my birthday, but I somehow don't feel like you are going to. So, show you some more dog wrestling. Get him, Pitt. Get him. Chew on his face. Chew on his face. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's what we do for fun around here. Let's see, what else did I have? Plenty of other things. Dan, I have no idea what verbing a noun is. No idea. As to what you should do with your hair, I think you should not push it down because it looks like you're trying to avoid the fact that your hairline's receding. Of course, who am I to speak, right? Of course, I am pulling it back. I'm enjoying my receding hairline. I don't think when I pulled my hair back that it went quite far as back when I was 20 years old as it did now. But here's what I think you should do. Regardless of what Sarah thinks, grow a mustache. I think mustaches are cool, and I am in full support of you having a mustache. I think it's like the dreads. Woo! Go get him! The dreads of your lip. You know what I mean? It's like the dreads. The lip is like lip dreads. So, grow a mustache. And I think it should be down to here because, and let me tell you why. Because you can. Not everybody can grow a mustache like John Oates can, but you can. So I encourage you. Let's see. Nikki, I guess you could just not shave your legs. Maybe not shave your armpits. That's something. That school, that's not really that kind of a school. Do they allow that kind of thing? When you're driving your Eddie Bauer edition 4Runner or Land Cruiser into school. So, anyway. Gosh, I had so many other things to tell you. Gareth. I think, Gareth, if you're listening to this, you're more than welcome to come out. I think that we could teach you all kinds of interesting things about being in business and running a business, but just a very simple, the actual, what I consider a rather complex skill of having to do 10 things at once while still talking with the customer and maintaining a happy face. It actually really is. It is a skill, and it's a whole lot of fun. So, plus coffee is good. Coffee is good for you. So, tea is good too. We sell some of that. Anyway, Gareth, you're more than welcome. So, in 2 years or whenever it is, come on out, join the workforce. Where was I? The farm. Nikki, I would definitely recommend watching Dan's video.
What is this?
It looks like soup. It's not waffle batter. Uncle Brad had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, or whatever it was that Dan made. It's well done. It's very well done. Gosh, let's see, Dan, you're arriving at 12:30 something, so I will be there on Thursday. Actually, I think Marshall and I are going to come up and pick you up because he's does homeschooling on Tuesdays and Thursdays. What else? Oh, we watched a really rather intense movie. I'm not sure if it was considered a foreign film or not, but it was called Sarah's Key, K-E-Y, Sarah's Key, and it was about back in 1942 in Paris. The Parisian officials and the French officials rounded up 10,000 Jews and ended up deporting them to Auschwitz, to Germany, into Germany. The story is centered around that, but it's about this little girl, Sarah, who's she and her family get rounded up, and what happens to her later in life. It's really well done, very intense, but well worth watching. I know what else I wanted to talk about. Hold on. No, Sadie, come back here. So, Nikki, you were talking about if you knew the kind of reading material they had in the bank, you would stop going to the drive-thru. So, I went back to the bank and I said that I was reading an article and I wanted to finish it. Would they mind if I took the magazine? Of course, they were all watching me. I think they knew which magazine I took. So here's the cover story. The Fantasy Life of Working Women. Why Surrender is a Feminist Dream. Hubba hubba. So, you get in here and it starts with the sentences: she works crazy hours, she takes care of the kids, she earns more money, she manages her team. At the end of the day, she wants to be spanked. So anyway, I thought I would relay some of this because, Dan, you had talked about 50 Shades of Grey, and that's in this magazine. That's in this article. They're talking about that, which apparently they also call mommy porn. So, Nikki, that's just up your alley. There's also reference to an HBO series called Girls, never heard of it, and a 2011 movie called A Dangerous Method with Viggo Mortensen, right? Not Legolas, but Aragorn, and he plays Sigmund Freud, and then it's about the collaboration between Freud and Jung, and Keira Knightley plays the female lead, who apparently was physically abused, not sexually, but physically abused as a girl, and it comes out in these therapy sessions that she actually liked it. So that maybe is one for you, Nikki. There's a movie called Secretary in 2002 with Maggie Gyllenhaal. Let's see, 2001, The Sexual Life of Catherine M. 1989, The Ages of Lulu. That's a novel. 1967, movie starring Catherine Deneuve, Belle de Jour. In 1954, The Story of O. Classic French story of bondage. So, I don't know if that's a movie. It must be a story, a novel. So anyway, it's very interesting. I had never really kind of heard of any of this, but that takes us back to what your question was, Dan, and that was, where do I go for my news? Well, if you want to be titillated, go to Newsweek. In case you're curious, Nikki, and I know you are, this is the April 23rd and 30th, 2012 edition. So, yeah, I've not heard of any of that. Now, the question I have is, why is Sarah reading 50 Shades of Grey? Research? Really? Just like your mom was reading all the Harlequins for research? So, anyway, do I need to say any more than that? No, I don't think I do. And actually, I think, Dan, didn't you in 2 videos ago make jokingly disparaging comments about your mother? You don't do that. You don't even make disparaging comments in jest about one's mother. That's bad form. It's not cricket. No, not on this pitch. So, let's see, what else have I not covered? Farm video, Nikki video. There was something else in your video, Nikki, that I wanted to talk about. What was it? But I didn't have time. I wanted to get this video made and uploaded tonight. It is already 21:07 hours, and it is 7 minutes past my bedtime. So I didn't have time to actually sit down and watch it again, and I didn't take notes the first time. So I guess that's all I've got. I hope you are well, Nikki, and whatever it is you are doing. How'd the auction go? The auction went well, right? The auction's been done for a while, right? Right. Quit doing that stuff. I think that you need to maybe read this magazine, because what you are in fact doing is satisfying some of your masochistic tendencies. So I'm glad your trip to Dolly's house went well. And you know, were we talking about creativity at one point? Because I do still think that you are probably, Nikki, one of the more creative people I know. I know you went on about Hannah's accomplishments, but I think you're selling yourself short. If you had no kids and no husband, you could be doing all these cool things too. I really think that. So, still, I have no idea why it is the other one is in engineering and not into creative writing, but, you know, what do I know? I think you have a future waiting for you. Speaking of which, have you ever read any stuff by Christopher Moore, Moore? I think you might like his stuff, Mickey. So look him up. You could start with the book Fool, Fool, by Christopher Moore. So highly recommended. Well, listen, these dogs are still over here wrestling. Preston's sitting in his underwear, look. And I am still dead.
What?
Still dead.